Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today I am building something interesting, maybe? Maybe you'll think it will be. I was doing a lot of just random searches and stumbled down the rabbit hole of book nooks. If you don't know what that is, it's like dioramas that are small that can fit in between books in a bookcase to kind of add some extra flair to it. And I was thinking, why not do that with props? Generally, when I build something out of foam, the inside of it is left hollow, and that gives so much real estate for other ideas. So I bought a few sushi kits, little dioramas of sushi shops, and I bought some miniature food, and I thought, why not make my own little sushi character and cut to the backside and have an open little shop inside of him like a prop nook. So that is the game plan today, going a little cutesy after having the month of creepy spookies. So let's make a sushi prop nook. Let's get to building. I bought this kit on Amazon the other day for the intended purpose of this video. I've bought diorama kits before, and I would have to say that this is a bit more on the difficult side to assemble. It came with pre-cut pieces of wood that you then have to decoupage on the prints. It also came with various fabrics, beads, and other materials that are intended to be making the sushi bottles, the plates, and other things by hand. I've got ginormous hands, and I'm not ready to do that much tedious tiny stuff. So I preemptively also purchased some miniature foods and beverage bits on Amazon as well. I thumbed through the instructions and materials and developed a plan of action for what I wanted to build and what I wanted to omit. There are plastic sheets with templates to cut the windows with, as well as patterns for all the little sushi and bottle bits that I'm gonna go ahead and skip. It did not come with any glue, so I'm mostly gonna use Mod Podge and super glue because that's what I had on hand. So a good portion of this diorama build was spent cutting out printed overlays, gluing them to a piece of wood, and then waiting for that to dry before I could glue the bits to each other. I Mod Podged all the paper to the wood and then super glued all the edges to actually construct the building and furniture. The instructions text were not extremely helpful, but the step-by-step pictures made it a lot more clear for me, and I was able to put it together relatively easy. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch the tediousness of my giant hands gluing super tiny pieces of wood together because my fingers will get in the way, so just believe me when I say the assembly took quite a while. With most of the bits partially assembled, I'm ready to start adding the parts together. So I need to put the food and drinks and other small details on it before I attach it to the diorama. I left it unassembled to this point because there would be no way for me to get in all the parts I need to in the cases and on the shelves if the walls and the furniture were already glued down. I'm super happy that I bought these 2 packs because between the 2 of them, it gave me enough variety to make it look like a believable place setting for guests to come in. I'm not sure if any of you are interested in this kit or the little food bits that I am using here, but I will add links to them down in the description below if you want to buy them on Amazon. I also bought a couple of other dioramas and book nooks. If you like this type of video, I can definitely make more of these in the future. The kit did come with a battery pack and 2 LEDs, so I wired them up inside the building, and I want the battery pack to be accessible on the bottom of my sushi character with the ability to change out the battery. So I'm going to just make a snug fit that allows friction to hold it into place. The side will get a paint job that looks kind of like a seaweed wrap, so the black pack should blend in pretty well. Now I just need to surround the building in a couple of layers of foam. The bottom gets 2 layers of 10mm foam to kind of bulk it out, and the sides get a layer of 8mm foam to bring it flush with that wood floor, then a layer of 10mm to give me some space to carve in. The top, front, and back also get a single layer of 10mm foam added to them to box everything in. Once glued together with the contact cement, I round over all the edges with a rotary tool. Two coats of Plasti Dip. Then I hit it with a white spray paint to make it an easier surface to paint my sushi character. Now I know what some of you are going to say, why didn't I use white Plasti Dip? It is a thing that exists, I just think it kind of sucks and I didn't use it. I always have problems with like bubbling for some reason. I saw a bunch of sushi cartoon characters in a Google search and really liked the idea of his face being part fish and part avocado, so that is what I'm going with for my inspiration. I'm not trying to make an exact copy of this artwork, but I definitely like the concept. Instead of trying to paint it with a brush, since this is a nice flat clean surface, I'm just going to use some Posca acrylic paint pens. I draw a perimeter for the face and pencil and then just freehand send it on the rest of the paint job. To blend the paint pens, I just lay down the colors, and while they're still wet, I smudge it with my finger to get a transition. This gives me a nice avocado dark green on the edges to a lighter greenish yellow in the middle. I make the fish side with various pinks and reds, and then once it's all dry, I draw on the face, followed by gray outlines of rice, which took a long time, and then black seaweed with smudges of dark green in it on the side. And we are finished. Here is the end result. I think it turned out pretty cute, definitely on the front side, and then the nice little touch on the back side with the lights built into it definitely kind of sells it off. It's almost like you get two builds for one, and if you didn't want to show that there was a little diorama in there, you could hide it away and turn it away from the viewer. But yeah, maybe you will try and make something like this yourselves and impress your friends with your ability to hide props within props and have propception. Yeah. Maybe you'll get some.
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, much props. Now I just have to talk my wife into not keeping it. Peace out. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and you want to see more builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on my Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.